My cousin Morgan used to work at the Cartoon Network. He used to produce episodes set for shows such as Chowder, The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack, and alongside a Filipino girl named Maria and Vera, and the other girl who was Korean descent. One day he had an idea for an episode of Chowder. He gave me the script and tape he made of the episode. He told me that he had written the original script while Maria revisited the mistakes and Vera had done the animation of the tape. Naturally, I was excited because I had never had brought home anything from work before. I thought it was some sort of morbid joke when he made, and I figured it would turn out to be a regular episode. When I did watch the tape, we were very dumbfounded. The original intro appeared as normal. When the screen came up saying Dead Mung, me and my cousin were weirded out, especially my cousin. He told me that this wasn't the title of the episode he had made. In fact, the episode began with Chowder trying to cook something. He pulled out a recipe book, and Chowder pulled out a butcher knife from his back pocket and skinned a turkey. He began eating the rest of the turkey in a silly cartoon manner. Chowder did lay out the turkey skin. He scooped up some of the ice cream and chicken wings, and he had laid them all out on the skin. Then he wrapped it up. As Chowder finished what he was cooking, at this time, Mung had entered the kitchen. Chowder, very happy, said, Mung, I am finally done with my original dish. Can I call it Scene Spout? Mung, see what? Chowder, Scene Spout. Mung, that is a pretty weird name for a dish. After looking at Chowder's weird dish, Mung was now very angry and started yelling at Chowder. This is disgusting, Mung said. But Mung, Chowder said. Mung, no buts, Chowder. I am very sorry, but you're not ready to make original dishes yet. Mung then left the room and Chowder began staring at the camera with a very depressed look as he once said, Chowder, am I a bad chef? Truffles appeared and then said to Chowder, Truffles, I think so. Chowder started to cry as he ran up to his room. Truffles then exited out of the room as he said, Truffles, I was very harsh on Chowder. The scene then changed to Chowder crying in his room. He told Kimchi, Chowder, am I a bad chef? Kimchi replied with farting Chowder. That what I can do. Kimchi replied with farting again. Chowder just said, that's it. I'll take a retake of this famous dish. The scene then cut out to the next morning as Chowder was making pizza. What a garlic powder with hot sauce. Mom then entered the room and said, Chowder, what are you doing? Chowder, making pizza. Well, what garlic powder and hot sauce? Chowder then tried to find the pizza cutter in the cabinet. He found it, and Chowder then slipped the pizza cutter and stabbed Mung in the eye. Chowder tried to help Mung at that moment. Chowder accidentally got gouged out Mung's eye, and as Chowder watched in horror, Chowder tried to calm down Mung, but kept pushing him to the oven. Mung then struggled to get out and gasped for air. And then he asked one last thing. Mung, what are you trying to make? Chowder, this isn't part of the dish. Mung then was burned to death in the oven. Chowder then looked shocked at what he was done. He screamed at what Chowder said. What have I done? Truffles then entered the room and saw what Chowder did to Mung. She then said, Truffles, what have you done to my husband? Schnitzel then came out and screamed like a girl. Chowder then said, Wait, it's not what it seems. Schnitzel, Rada, 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 Rada. Chowder, no, I didn't. Chowder then ran out of the kitchen and into the streets as he continued and said, Chowder, I did not kill Mung. I am not a murderer. Then the scene fades to the funeral home. Schnitzels, Truffles, and Gaspistcho were all in to celebrate the life of Mung. Chowder looked at the window, and pretty much he just looked and said in a depressed voice, I'm so sorry, Mung. The scene then faded out to black as the episode ended. There was just no credits, just a Cartoon Network Studios logo. I know all this wasn't in the script or what we planned it to be like. I asked my cousin why he made this horrible cartoon, and he told me this wasn't how the episode he worked on. He didn't know what happened or what the actual episode we worked on. We don't even know who or what made the episode. It was a sick joke as a serial killer's idea. We definitely don't know. We'll try to be in contact with you whenever we have the chance. But the most thing we all know, who made this episode, who thought this was a good idea. And that, my pretties, was Dead Mung remake, or Spideyfan one version of Dead Mung, a creepypasta written by him himself. My final thoughts on the story. Okay, I have a bit of history when it comes to this story called Dead Mung. I do remember a few narrators actually narrated Dead Mung. I didn't really see too many narrators narrate the original one, and when I did take a look at the original one and read it, I mean, I can honestly say the story was cliched of its own self. I mean, the story was absolutely cliched. It honestly did not make any sense whatsoever. Now I plan to review the original Dead Mung the Dead Mung episode, which I review, which the story of it, the original one, which I have considered reviewing that one when I get the chance. But that one was just cliche. This one, on the other hand, it wasn't as bad, but it definitely could have been, it was definitely better. So, like, the whole concept of it was just kind of pretty much the same. But the mysterious thing I liked about this story was the fact that, it wasn't how the episode that the cousin was working on. Like, someone might have switched the tape over to make it like he brought home something else, which, I mean, it could be possible, but we don't really know if that's actually the case or not. But I could definitely say this is definitely one of those episodes where it was just like a remake of the original thing, which honestly that's what this story is. But the story was definitely, better than the original, but could have been better, but still is a pretty good one. I mean, there's a few grammatical errors in the story as well as some punctuation errors. So that's kind of why I'm a little mixed on this story, but it definitely wasn't too bad. I definitely could say it definitely was not perfect, but it definitely wasn't terrible. So, I guess with that being said, and that being the case, Spideyfan, you did a pretty good job with this story. Although, just take what I have to say with a grain of salt, because some of the paragraphs sentence structuring, like, it's all jumbled up into paragraphs. So if a person's talking, I recommend you pretty much just space that out and not being a part of a huge paragraph, because it does get confusing to read, and that's exactly what I had trouble with while reading the story, was that it was very confusing to read. But that's just for the future reference whenever you make more stories in the future. And I would recommend using Google Docs as well, because Google Docs can really help you with, stuff like this. So, but this story wasn't bad. You did give it all you got, which is a plus. This was definitely better than the original Dead Mung Dead Mung story, which I still gotta try and re-narrate that one, because I haven't read that original one in years. But yeah. Anyways, with that being said and that being the case, like I'm gonna say, this is just simply my own personal opinion, and if you disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas. This is just simply my own personal thoughts. I give this story I'm gonna give this one a 6 out of 10. I know it may be a little high for some people, but the grammar was alright for what it is. The story was better than the original. Better than the original Dead Mung creepypasta. But there was still a few things wrong with the story that I actually pointed out, such as, a few grammatical errors and the fact that there was some paragraphs that could have been spaced out. I mean, there was giant paragraphs. I mean, I would suggest, to the author to pretty much, just put like at least 1 to 2 sentences in a paragraph, then space it out and start a new one. That's literally all I can really say. But anyways, what did you guys personally think of this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Feel free to let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm the Lion Queen. I want to thank you so much for watching today's video. And if you're new to my channel, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, I will be letting you guys know you can follow me on my DeviantArt account. Link to my DeviantArt will be in the About page section, so you guys can go follow me on DeviantArt if you're interested. If you're interested in following my Twitter, link to my Twitter account will also be in the About page section, so you guys can go follow me on Twitter if you're interested. Also, I suggest, as well as you subscribe to my backup channel known as Miss Dark Shigo. So, link to that will also be in the About page section, so you guys can go check that out if you would like to give that a go. And as always, if I'm missing anything about this story, please let me know what it is in the comments below. So, yeah, guys, I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace out, like always. Roll the outro, because I'm out.